We want to encourage you to draw with your child. Even if you think you can only do stickmen, it's such a fun way to bond. And a great calming play activity for when you or your little one need to be less active. Hi, I'm Ray and this is the Hardy Penguin. We've got 5 easy drawing games you can play with your child. If you have paper and a couple of pens or pencils, you can play these games. Of course, you may want to use felt tip pens or coloured paper or any other fun stationery you might have to hand, but literally any paper and pen will do. Let's get going. Game number 1. Shapes. Draw simple shapes and ask your child to identify them. This is great for the younger children. Then you turn the shapes into something else. This could be so simple, and if your child is very young, they'll enjoy seeing the shapes become something else. If they're a little older, they could help or guess what you're doing. Here's some examples. An oval becomes a spider, becomes a face, becomes a penguin, becomes the Pinky Ponk, becomes a cat. A triangle becomes a unicorn, a princess, a superhero, an owl. A square becomes a house, or a castle, or a cow, or a cat. A circle can become a football, a pirate, a dinosaur, or a cat. Game number 2. One-line picture. This game is a bit of a risk if your child doesn't like to share control of the play. On the other hand, it can be hilarious if you both enter into the spirit of the game. The idea is you draw a line, your child draws a line, and you take it in turns to create something together. It might help if you have a one-word prompt like monster or spaceship or bus. Your creations will be fantastical, and once you've finished, your child might like to draw something further. Perhaps some things in the background, perhaps another monster or spaceship. They might like to show you what they had in their head, so you can compare it to what you came up with together. Number 3. 3-sticker picture. Okay, so for this game you do need some stickers. I'm going to take a guess that most parents will find themselves the proud owner of several random sheets of stickers over the years. See what you have and use your imagination. I created this game with my son, and partly it was to deter him from placing stickers all over the house, but it was also a really creative drawing game. If you have a sheet of stickers, you know the kind, place them on a sheet of paper. How will you turn that into a picture? Okay, let's try it again. You get the idea. Game number 4. Hirameki. Hirameki. Hirameki is something you may not have heard of, but you've probably done at some point, even in your mind. It translates to brain wave or flash of inspiration, and is the art of turning random blobs into pictures. You have lots of options of how to play Hirameki. You could ask your child to draw random shapes or blobs, and you could try and turn them into pictures. Or you could be the blob maker, and your child could try and turn them into pictures. Or perhaps you could create a sheet of random blobs together with paint. Then, when it's dry, take a pen and see what you've got. Don't forget there is no up or down, so you can look at the blob from all angles and see what jumps out at you. There are even Hirameki books you can buy. If it's a warm but cloudy day, you could leave the pen and paper all together, lie down outdoors somewhere looking at the clouds. What shapes do they make? That is essentially Hirameki. Game number 5, paper chains. For the examples for this game, I'm sticking with what I know. pirates. This is a great game for the more enthusiastic little artist. You create a paper chain and you ask them to design different characters. There are so many options for what pirates can look like. Eye patches, different coloured shirts, funny hats, funny beards. Let the imagination run wild. Encouraging drawing helps with fine motor skills and helps young children build up muscle control in their hands, which is essential as they start to write. It's also a great way for your child to discover if drawing is something they might enjoy as a hobby and you could encourage further. Do you have any drawing games that you play together at home? We'd love to hear about them. Please do tell us in the comments. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit the like button as well and consider sharing it with anyone you think might benefit. To see more from the Hardy Penguin, please do subscribe. It really helps us to build up our viewer base, and it helps more parents and caregivers to play with their little ones, get creative and get connected.